Welcome all to another Route Pros vlog. I am James Poyster here at Route Pros University, home of Dry Cleaning to You. Dry Cleaning to You is our route that we run here in Kansas City. It's a training route, but it has grown obviously through the past few years. And really we were doing pretty good. In fact, we were getting ready to launch our third van when COVID hit. And just like all of you, this kind of came all of a sudden. And so as we kind of persevere for the last 3 months, I spent a lot of time on the phone with Route Pro clients and potential clients, Zoom meetings, DLI meetings, all these things. And you keep learning, but being in the field has been interesting. For a lot of you that are route managers and owners, I guarantee you've spent a lot more time in a van actually probably running a route than you ever have before. And I don't think that's such a bad thing. So for me here in Kansas City, as I'm getting our routes ready for our today's run, I'm going to share with you the top 10 things I've learned with COVID, running the routes with DCDU, and things I want to share with you that I think is going to help us as we get through this. Stay tuned. It's a little after 10:30 and I have unloaded the buggy of the route that I have done. Notice a couple wash, dry, fold bags, and a pretty full buggy of bags. And yes, it's only 10:30 and I'm done with my part of the route. My manager's out there finishing up the rest. The reason why we split it up in two is really for training purposes and as well as for me to get out in the field and able to kind of see what's going on during this COVID crisis. A lot of you as owners are out there in the van. So hopefully today's vlog will help you to be able to take 10 what I think necessary steps, my top 10 lessons learned on how to build your route to make sure that you not only get through this, you thrive as well. I'm gonna leave my buggy right here for us to tag in a little bit later for the partial route that I did today. You know what? We got 10 things that I have learned with DCDU during this COVID crisis. Now, for a lot of us, we're down 60, 50%. Some people with routes are down 40 and 30. Here at DCDU, we've really upped our game because we knew we had to. We have no stores to deal with, none to worry about, but none also to get customers from. All our customers come, again, from sales and marketing. So number 10 on my list of things that I have learned during this COVID crisis is to stay positive. It's real easy to get caught in the trap of negativity. It's really easy to piggyback off of the media and off of other dry cleaners that are struggling. I have this leadership poster right here in my office, and you may not be able to read it, but it says the ultimate measure of leaders is not where they stand in moments of comfort and convenience, but where they stand in times of challenge and controversy. A lot of that going on right now. It's like a storm. I'm thinking that we're in the storm and we don't know when it's going to end. We don't know. We get good news, we get bad news. But the key to leadership is to stay positive. And if you can create that culture within, with your team and everything, then I guarantee you're going to see results. That's the number 10 thing that I've learned during this COVID crisis. Number 9, raise the bar. I'm telling you, one of the things that I've seen this year during this and heard is that some dry cleaners that are cutting back and cutting corners. We call it DCDU, Dry Clean You, but again, it's Route Pro University. One of the things that we've done, simply put, is made sure that our presentation looks better. We actually went through a bunch of our garment bags and got rid of a bunch of the dirty ones and replaced some of the faded bag tags. We've also made sure that we've had plenty of S-hooks, made sure we had plenty of supplies, no excuses right now on running out on that. But basically what we have done is made sure that we've double and triple inspected our clothes. Again, we don't clean our own clothes. We're at the mercy of another cleaner. So when it comes to our inspection, we have to double check their double checks. Why? Because again, there's no excuses on putting out a bad garment. And from the delivery aspect, we have made sure we've been laser focused. Right now, it seems chaotic. So there's a lot of people, it sounds like we're making more and more mistakes when we're doing less and less volume. Well, again, when it gets chaotic like this, nerves get shot, focus gets distracted. So again, we've made sure we double and triple check. This is one of our top customers right here. And as it turned out, when we got the clothes, I noticed we were missing one item. So instead of delivering it, which I have till 5 o'clock today, we know that our second shuttle round will be coming up here in a little bit. So instead of making that delivery today, we're going to make sure that even that one order is going to be ready. They're not that far away from us, so we can do that. And usually, again, we usually try to do some sales around it. So again, raise your game, whether it comes to retention, handwritten letters, comes to sales, being aware of that social distancing, but not making, an excuse not to do it. Presentation needs to look better. Order accuracy improved. All that, and I guarantee you will notice a difference. When raising the bar, it's real important that presentation is king. I always talk about these S-hooks all the time. Here's a situation with 3 orders that only one S-hook could hold up, so I used 2 other S-hooks. And again, what I think is cool about that is it gives me the opportunity to keep the clothes off the ground, off the door handle. For those that are still doing that, it's time to raise the bar, guys. It's all about presentation. Your competition probably is cutting corners. Don't cut corners. Rule number 8, drivers have to do more than just drive. We've been talking about this for many years. But now more than ever, it's key to get the most out of each and every one of your employees. We need to be a little bit more efficient, a little more effective, a little bit of biz building with them, whether it's at the counter. If they're in the production end, we're going to have to be smart and utilize them well. And, it's kind of called smart money and smart labor. With drivers, again, there's 3 parts to the job. There's the operational aspect, there's the customer service aspect, and of course the sales and marketing aspect. With all the people that are home now, whether it has to deal with customer service or with sales, the drivers have a golden opportunity to make a micro presentation, whether it's from 6 feet to, basically just a simple wave. They have an excellent opportunity to find out what's going on with their current customers and to actually meet a lot of them too, where usually we just know them by name and by bag. So the bottom line is this: the drivers need to do more than drive. It is so essential in today's world. Number 7, know what your competition's doing and not doing. I'm in front of what you might be able to see is Sheila's Dry Cleaners. And Sheila's been around for a while. In fact, I just ran into a lady that worked here 21 years ago. And Sheila's got bought out by another cleaner recently, who then just got bought out by another one. And it's a beautiful storefront. They got this waterfall, nice fresh counters, plenty of space, but they didn't do pickup and delivery. And as you'll see coming up here with number 6 with residential, we're in an area where a lot of customers go this way. Now, they also lost a very big grocery store. So obviously once that closed down, they were in a lot of trouble, but they still got a Chipotle and a few things around here as well, a Massage Envy. But the key to this is to know what your competition's doing and not doing. And knowing that they're not doing pickup and delivery gave us really kind of an easy path to success. In fact, this highway here, there's 4 dry cleaners on it alone, and none of them did pickup and delivery until we really got going. Well, now with COVID, when you're at the mercy of people coming to you, and obviously without a grocery store here, add that to the effect, this dry cleaner was in a lot of trouble a long time ago. So the bottom line, again, is know what your competition's doing or not doing, and that might be the key to making sure you're around in 2021. As you know, here at DCDU, we don't have a store. We are just a pickup and delivery arm. Really, it's for Route Pro University. So as I look up here and look at these competitors' bags, customers that used to go to their stores are now on our route. And I can tell you story after story about each and every one of them. So that's why it's so important to know exactly what your competition is doing and not doing. Number 6, residential focus. I'm in an area called Thousand Oaks. It's one of our best areas that we've ever marketed in. For those you can see on our Spotio there, we have knocked on a ton of doors. And when you look at all our pins, you can see that there's a lot of follow-ups, there's a lot of no's for now, not homes, whatnot, and a lot of starts and sign-ups. Out of the 784, we have about 40 customers on our manifest, and of course some are on hold right now. Now, why residential? You know, we've talked about it before. People spend more money on the route than they do on the store, but especially residential. We've told numerous times, and we've heard it many times, that a customer that gets switched to the route spends 20-25%. If you service at their office, you don't often get that repeat offender. You don't get that bag every time, or you don't always get the bigger customers. We have another area where one of our top 5 customers said, look, I just can't bring the clothes to work anymore. So he asked to check out his home. It was too far away, but Mike and I went up there, knocked on some doors, got 6 customers out of it, and the rest is history. So, you know, focusing on residential pre-COVID was one thing. Now, with a lot of businesses closed or different rules, and of course the mask and everything, you know, I think it's more vital than ever to check where your customers who are were at work, where they're at, and B, you know, again, provided at their home. I'm telling you, it becomes the ultimate win-win, a win-win for you and a win-win for them. You know, you don't always get everybody's business like you think or like you hope for at a business. So focus on residential, and I promise your profits will grow. Piggybacking off residential, I met one of our top customers for a business setting. It's a consulting firm that brings people from all over the country, and we usually would average 5 or 6 bags a day. But as you can tell, the parking lot is empty. So again, unfortunately, a lot of you guys are dealing with this. Simply put, just find out where they live. Some of these people are still doing some dry cleaning. So the bottom line is this: give them the opportunity to get dry cleaning and wash dry fold done at their home. Kind of a merging of number 6 and number 8, where drivers need to do more than just drive, and of course how important residential focus is really knowing the trends of your customer. I just delivered to one of our top customers who literally always has a bag. I mean, we know every Tuesday and every Friday we're going to get a bag just like clockwork. In fact, I think we can count on our hand the last 2 years where they haven't had a bag. Well, I got to the house and somebody was mowing their yard and there was no bag out. So I just happened to see the husband in the garage, asked him, I said, Mr. Collins, do you have a bag for us? And he kind of rolled his eyes and said, oh no, I would have been in trouble. And he ran in and got the bag. So again, you get that opportunity to take care of customer service, retention, sales, however you want to look at it. But as a driver, you should know your trends and spend. So again, kind of combining 6 and 8 into one right there. The number 5 lesson learned about COVID with here at DCDU Route Pro University is the importance of the text messages with skips, or no, however you want to put it. You know, we've been promoting this for quite a while, and the more I see it in action, the more I see it outside of Kansas City with other projects, it just validates this is probably the biggest and most important use of any type of communication that you can have with your customers. Emails are okay, but it really comes down to texting. And obviously you got to get their cell phones for that. Now, no matter what your point of sale is, you know, sometimes we talk about Spot and their texting service. We promote a service called SendHub, which can work with any point of sale. Obviously it doesn't work in conjunction, but it works as a standalone component for your customer service. So when it comes to the text messages, a lot of you guys, including Cupcake here, have been signed up on our own texting service that we send out. And if not, just go ahead and give us a shout. We'll be able to set that up for you. But here's the deal. As we put Cupcake down, as she's always involved in our vlogs, I'm going to show you kind of the importance of the text messages. I'm going to show you some of the sample text messages that we sent out, as well as how we communicate and how we mark the manifest. So here's what it's going to look like to you when it's on your phone. I'm really going to dive into this on another vlog, but simply put, it increases your sales 8% and decreases your time in the field 15, 20, 25%. On a paper manifest, we have fun with it. We put skips on there with a little skip stamp. You can do squiggly lines if you want to. And right there on, you can see right here on a route track what it looks like. You can't actually see me hitting 0, but it doesn't take that long as well. So again, number 5 lesson learned, the importance of skips. It's an oldie but a goodie. Number 4 reason. Number 4 takeaway from COVID is attention to retention. This Retain to Gain book was put together in 2009, 2010 by best practices for dry cleaners at their stores and their routes. 08, of course, we all know the recession and all that. We dipped about 25%. And there was a lot of interesting things happen. We even shifted from just drivers driving and salespeople selling to combining that effort. And also we realized that, retaining and getting the same customers back, getting more from them, however we did it, and knowing their trends and spends, and doing stuff with data really came into play. It was started about letters and even email retention marketing. We were trying to figure out ROI on retention. But now we got to look at it a little bit different. We've got customers on hold. We got customers who's maybe not doing that much. So we need to know what the status of our good core customers are. So, here at DCDU, and I know that Mike has done a great job at Apple Cleaners in East St. Louis, they've basically looked at it 3 or 4 different ways. Who's the current customers, who's the COVID casualties, who's the ones that are coming back, what is the status? And again, we stay in touch with our customers that are on hold at least every other week, if not every 3rd week. So the attention to retention is probably more important than ever. All right, the number 3 lesson learned, and this one has been a tough one, is sticking to the twice-a-week service. Sometimes it is about saving money, but it's about saving your business and planning on the future. We stuck to the twice-a-week service. A lot of you did too, and you're reaping the benefits. We have several customers that still use this twice a week. We thought about just doing the first part of the week pickup, maybe delivering the second part, but we stuck to our guns with the routes. A lot of you did too, and the feedback has been very positive on that. So I think it's very important that you recognize this is kind of almost like starting over, and you don't want to have to make those adjustments later on and get the customers in a new habit as well. So if you're thinking about switching to once a week, I don't recommend that at all. Stick to that twice a week service. It's really going to help you out in the long run. Sticking to a twice-a-week schedule really ensures that you're going to be able to get your customers the service that they need. When you think about it, if you just go to once a week, your customer, if they forget to put the bag out, has to wait the following week to get it the next week. So again, knowing your customer trends and spends is what's the key to success. So that's why we stick to a twice-a-week service. The number 2 lesson learned with COVID virus here with DCDU Route Pro University, sales and marketing. It's not sales or marketing, it's sales and marketing. While you still need to do some marketing, don't get me wrong, you need to equally do the same amount of sales. And a lot of people aren't doing that, and they still aren't. Here is kind of our shelves of all our marketing pieces. There's some down here in the cabinets as well. And I'm going to go through some of these and tell you again, I'm sure a lot of you guys have done this. We've done the handwritten cards with a $10 offer with specific days. And again, we've sent those out upon, dozens to hundreds to thousands. Again, minimal results, not worth the cost. We do have thank you notes. Very important that you have handwritten thank you notes. Those work pretty good. When it comes to the marketing piece, now all we use is a single side, just one side here and a sign-up sheet with a basic price list. Again, I think it's very important that you put a price list. Other than that, all these marketing pieces we have struggled with. We've got the magnets that sure we give out, and those are nice, and welcome kits, but that's after you get them as a customer. We even had personalized license plates. I thought this was a good idea a couple years ago. These little yard signs, kind of like, hey, free pickup and delivery, dry cleaning, you make our life easier. They should you too. We gave our customer a discount to do it. Not so much. Again, we tried different ones with logos, and they got pretty expensive. We've done EDDM like everybody has. And now our EDDM pieces really hold up our monitor. That's pretty much more valuable than what happened when we paid for what we didn't get. The bottom line is you got to do sales. It's about seeing the whites of their eyes. It's about face-to-face contact. It's about seeing them. But again, not in your face. A friendly wave, drive by, cherry pick, still knock on some doors. Earlier today, when I did the route, I made 2 presentations to 2 young ladies. One of them said they used to use us, and they didn't know we were in that neighborhood. So they're going to talk to their husband when he gets back to work. I think we're going to get a customer out of that. Again, it's sales and marketing. I say it before, I'll say it again. Brian Rashid, who was a very popular DLI speaker, was talking about one of the biggest mistakes dry cleaners make is having their marketing do their sales for them. And I thought that was just the best way that anybody could put it. So again, even though you do need to have some marketing pieces, Again, if you fully rely on them, you're fully reliant on hope. Go out there and get the customers. It'll happen. Well, this is going to leave me with my #1 lesson learned with COVID here at DCDU, and that's the importance of wash, dry, fold. A lot of you guys are doing it, and you're doing it right, and congratulations. You've been marketing to your current customer. We have 2 different wash, dry, fold marketing pieces, as well as our tech service that I shared with you earlier. But as you can see, as we got our bags on our order ready to go out this morning, you can see that we have a whole pile of wash, dry, fold here, a couple more hanging on the racks as we're getting ready to load our vans. If it wasn't for wash, dry, fold, for me and for a lot of you, I think this would have hit a lot harder. But I share a lot of this, and a lot of you guys are sharing great information with Mark and I and Mike. And what's really cool, and I'm seeing it, I'm hoping you are too, is that we're always getting smaller bags. I mean, again, you can see a 1-piece count here, 4 or 5 hangers here. But with wash, dry, fold, it didn't change. In fact, it got busier. I was on the phone with Andrew Rifkin up in New Rochelle, New York, and he was talking about the importance of promoting, bed linens and some of the nicer ones as well. So, again, if it can be washed, if they're wearing it, laying in it, or whatever, it's a great opportunity. So as we get ready this morning, I'm going to go out in the field again, and hopefully you guys will learn a lot about what goes on with wash, dry, fold, and maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to get a new customer. So when you do routes right and you involve wash, dry, fold, I'm picking up a wash, dry, fold bag, I'm picking up a dry cleaning bag, I've got a delivery and a wash, dry, fold delivery. So again, that's why it's so important to do wash, dry, fold in the field. I hope you guys enjoyed the top 10 lessons learned from COVID 2020 here in July. There's probably 10 new things each and every month. I know there's 100 things out there: admin, PPP loan stuff, whatnot, unemployment, evaluating your staff. But for me, being in the field for the past couple of weeks, being behind the wheel, being the driving force behind the route from operations, retention to sales, it's been, again, validating, eye-opening, and just tells me that this can be done. A lot of you guys are succeeding through this. Not only are you surviving, but you're looking to thrive as well. You guys are the reasons why we do this. Keep up the good work. God bless you guys, and we'll see you soon.